Hi guys, let's begin today's class. So sit comfortably, keep your back and neck straight, and whenever you feel ready, very gently close your eyes. Just start observing your breath. Watch the natural flow of your breathing as you inhale and as you exhale. Make sure that your body is properly aligned. And slowly begin to deepen the Go for slow, long, and deep inhalations. Slow, long, and deep exhalations. Relax your mind. We'll be chanting Om 3 times, followed by 3 Shantis. Inhale deeply for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just feel the vibrations. Join your palms together and rub the palms together. Place them on your eyes. Very slowly while blinking and looking at your palms. Open up your eyes. Start coming back with a smile. And namaste to everyone. Let us begin today's session. So today we are learning a new pranayama again. Okay, so we are learning another heating pranayama. Okay, so this will increase the heat in the body. Okay, it's called Bhastrika. In English, it is called Bellows Breath. So again, like most of your pranayams, they will either increase your body heat or decrease. So this one is definitely going to increase the body heat. It's a very rigorous practice. So again, you have to be very careful when you do this, right? This practice is always done in a sitting posture. Yeah. So Bhastrika, this term actually means bellow. That is why in English it is called the bellows breath. You know, the bellow is used by a blacksmith, right? And the way in which he blows the breath in that bellow, that is exactly what we are also going to do when we practice this. Right? And when the bellow is blown by the blacksmith, you know, the fire, it increases. So they generally do this blow the bellow so that the fire is maintained. And in fact, when they do this, the fire actually increases. So the bellows breath, not only does it increase the heat, it also increases the oxygen in your body. So I'll tell you how when I demonstrate the practice also. So that is why also it's a heat inducing practice, right? Because it's done very quickly. So hence it is also very rigorous, right? Because it's done at a very fast pace. So when it comes to this breath, you will find multiple ways of doing it. Okay, so don't get confused, right? So I teach you one method and then you go and learn some other method from somewhere. So there are a lot of variations when it comes to this specific pranayama. So some people, when they do this practice, they mostly go for abdominal breathing, right? They move the abdomen in and out. But I'm going to teach you with the chest breathing. Okay, so we are going to focus on the chest breathing and we are going to go for active inhalation and exhalation when we are doing the chest breathing. So it makes this breath very, very fast also. And it's different from Kapalbhati because you are one thing, you are engaging your chest. And second thing is that both inhalation and exhalation are active. In Kapalbhati, only exhalation is active. But in Bhastrika, both inhalation and exhalation, you take an active effort to change them, right? So let me first demonstrate the practice so you guys will be able to understand a little bit better. Then I'll tell you the benefits and contraindications, everything. Okay. So, of course, before any pranayama, you have to prepare your breath. So, after the preparation of the breath, you just keep your hands down. Okay. And you begin the rapid movement of the chest while inhaling and exhaling. So, inhalation and exhalation should be equal when you do Bhastrika. You see, my chest was moving, inhalation and exhalation was taking place. Right? This is a very rigorous practice, like I told you. And at the end of the practice, so this practice is actually having two things, right? So one part is this thing that I did, right? So inhalation, exhalation is active. When you do your last exhalation, suppose you are doing 10 rounds or 15 rounds. So at the end of the 15th round, when you exhale, after that, you form this mudra again. Okay, and we go for 1 round of Surya Bhed. Okay, so after the last exhalation, you close the left nostril, inhale through the right, and then you close the right nostril, exhale through the left. This is how 1 round of Bhastrika is completed. So I'll write it down also for you. It's like okay, so your last round is Surya Bhed now. So I'll just demonstrate this one more time, okay, where I will do both the things, okay, so that it is clear how you guys have to practice. Okay, so when we begin this practice, we can keep our hands on the knees. And in this practice, as you saw, it's very rigorous. So Padmasana is the most ideal posture, because in Padmasana, the lotus pose, your body gets locked, right? So when we do this kind of rigorous breathing, the body tends to move with the breathing, right? Which is not correct, because I told you in the beginning of the class also, in pranayama, the body should remain stable, right? So when you do the half lotus or the full lotus, your body gets locked. So those are the two best postures. But if you are unable to do either one of them, then of course you can go for any comfortable sitting posture. Just make sure your body remains stable, right? Okay, at the end, you have to do 1 round of Surya Bhed. That is how you close this practice. Any doubts so far? Are you guys able to uh, understand how you have to do it? Yes, the technique. So when you guys will practice, I will, of course, observe you. But the basic technique should be clear. Okay. So when it comes to Bhastrika, a lot of things again can go wrong. So one thing is this movement of the body, like I told you in Kapalbhati also. If your body is moving, that means that you have to stabilize the body. So first thing you have to take care of when you are teaching Bhastrika is that the body is not moving. This is actually one of the major points. People get stuck over here only. Most of your students, their bodies will move. Okay, so they have to work on the stability of the body. Then other thing that happens when you do this practice is the inhalation and exhalation, this ratio is not maintained, so they should be equal. So what will happen? Inhalation you will take more time, exhalation you will be very quick, right? And already it's a very fast practice, so you don't get a hang of it, right? So you have to keep the ratio 1:1 when you are doing this. That is another key characteristic point of this pranayama. And again, like I told you, for Kapalbhati also, you can go for lighter strokes, like so less number of strokes in a particular amount of time. Same way, Bhastrika can also be done slowly. So this same breath, I can also go for, depending on your pace, the pace that you can maintain for the uh, for the entire practice. Basically, it shouldn't be like you are starting very fast and then suddenly your breath is not supporting that, so your pace, it changes. Go for one pace that is uniform throughout the practice. Okay, so then next thing that is important, so after Bhastrika, if sometimes people feel very you know dizzy, they feel like vomiting. So nausea is a very common symptom after Bhastrika practice. So this means they are not doing the practice correctly. Okay. If there is discomfort, if there is dizziness, means that they have to still like improve their practice. So beginner level, they will see this dizziness also come in. I will explain why. This happens because you will see in Bhastrika, the breathing is very fast. So the oxygen in the body, there is more oxygen in the body, right? When I am inhaling and exhaling at such a fast pace, so I'm doing more than 14 breaths in a minute, which is the normal. For normal person, they go for 14 breaths. So now the exchange is taking place very quickly, right? When I change the breath. So more oxygen is entering your body. So when more oxygen enters the body, sometimes, people begin to feel very dizzy. So it will also take some getting used to. Like when you guys also practice, you will feel, maybe you feel a little bit dizzy. So that is only because the exchange is taking place very quickly now. You have changed the frequency of the exchange of the gases, right? So the practice of Bhastrika, it introduces more oxygen into your body, right? People start sweating also. That is another uh, thing that happens. So that is also because the toxins are getting released from the body. When you do Bhastrika, the heat increases, and some people, they start sweating very quickly, right? So that is another thing that might happen. So just be careful when you introduce Bhastrika. It's a practice which is not for everyone, right? So let's look at the contraindications, who should and who shouldn't do it, right? So of course, because it's a rigorous practice, heart disease, again, they have to avoid. High blood pressure, they have to avoid, completely avoid. Yes, then uh, very similar to Surya Bhedan. So peptic ulcers, your hernia, because there is rapid, even though there is rapid movement of the chest, the diaphragm is also constantly moving. And some Bhastrika practices, they are done with the movement of the abdomen only. So in that case, there is intense pressure on the abdomen. Yeah. So such people, they should avoid this practice if they have any abdominal kind of surgery done, hernia, ulcers. All of these cases, they have to avoid this practice. In case of anxiety, also avoid this practice, because again, it's introducing a lot of, like, it's basically stimulating the person when they do this thing, this pranayama, right? So those people who have a very active mind, so Bhastrika, they should go for more cooling or balancing practices. Like Nadi Shodhana is a balancing practice that is really good. or cooling practices are much better for them. Right? And disorders, so pitta disorders, they should avoid bhastrika. Even though bhastrika is said to balance all the three doshas, so this is the pranayama which balances all the doshas, but still it generates a lot of heat in the body. So it's better to avoid these practices. Like if the pitta is high, right, then they should go for other practices, right? So these are most of your contraindications. Now you guys know which area you are putting in the work, so what kind of impact it will have. People who are recovering from asthma, tuberculosis, respiratory disorders basically, they should be very carefully given the practice of bhastrika because their lungs are still recovering and this has a very major impact on the lungs. Yeah? Okay. So benefits, let's just discuss the benefits and then we will practice. So benefits, like I told you, body heat increases. In the Hatha text it is written that this practice balances the three doshas. So Vata, Pitta, Kapha all get balanced when one practices Bhastrika. Right? It's very good to increase your digestive fire. Very amazing, like really effective practice. And even the oxygen level in the blood goes up when you go for Bhastrika practices. Any variation of Bhastrika you do, the oxygen level will increase. Toxins are removed more efficiently from the body when you do Bhastrika. Mind becomes very active. So body, mind, both, you will see activeness has increased. And it is a great practice for people who are like caught up. They are not able to do anything because the mind is weighing down too much. So depression patients, or if you guys also feel dull or lazy, this practice will remove the dullness or laziness from the mind. Right? These are a few benefits. There are multiple benefits of all the pranayams that you will do. Right? So as you experience, you will get a better idea. Okay, so today also we are going to go for this practice. So if you have any of the conditions I have mentioned, then don't go for this practice. Apart from that, all of us can go for the practice. Yeah. So we'll go for a few pre-practices. We will prepare the breath and then we will directly go for Bhastrika Pranayama. So we'll do, like yesterday, abdominal breathing, Anulom Vilom, and then we will go for Bhastrika. Okay, so you have to be very careful. You had this condition years ago, so you have recovered, right, fully, or is there something still? Like, are you still taking any medication or something for it? No? Okay, great. So you can practice this, but be very careful. If after one round you don't feel comfortable, then do not go for the other round. Okay. And same goes for everybody who is sitting in this class or watching this later. If at any point of time you feel uncomfortable, completely suspend the practice. Don't take any chance. Okay. Do not do that to your body. Okay. So I will be observing you, so don't worry. Yes, so keep your back and neck straight and very gently close your eyes. Try to go for a like more stable posture if you can. If you can do half a full lotus, that is really good. Sit comfortably. And gently close your eyes. Just follow my instructions. Bring the mind to the natural breath. Keep the body stable. Be aligned in your posture. Your posture should not hamper you during your practice. Take a few moments to just ensure the stability in the posture. And come back to your breathing. Slowly begin to deepen the breathing. Go for a few slow, long, and deep breaths. We'll begin with the practice of abdominal breathing. Exhale fully, squeeze the abdomen, and as you begin to inhale, allow your abdomen to expand properly. Directly go into the process of exhalation. Exhale and contract your abdomen. Keep going for the abdominal breathing for a few more breaths. Inhale abdomen out, exhale abdomen in. Deepen your breath with each consecutive round. Go for 3 more breaths of abdominal breathing, and then you can completely suspend the practice. simply observe your natural breath. You will see that your breath is more controlled and it is deeper after the practice of abdominal breathing. Mind is calmer. Keeping the back and neck straight. Prepare yourself for the practice of Anulom Vilom. Form any mudra that you like, either the pranav or the nasagra mudra, whichever one you like. With the right hand, exhale fully. Close your right nostril and begin to inhale through the left side. Once you have inhaled, close the left side, open the right side, exhale. After exhaling, go into the process of inhalation through the right nostril. Once you inhale, close the right side, open the left side, exhale. This is one round. Continue your practice. Try to keep your inhalations and exhalations equal as you practice Anulom Vilom. Keep continuing your practice. We'll go for a few more rounds. Be aware of each breath as you go for this practice. Go for 3 more rounds after completing your current round, and then completely suspend the practice. Keep your back and neck straight. And just observe the impact of the practice. If you feel like changing your posture, you can do so. Just very slowly change the posture. And just set your mind that during Bhastrika, you're going to keep your posture the same. You will not change the posture. We are going to go for the last practice for today, the main practice, which is Bhastrika Pranayama. So keep the back and neck straight, the eyes are closed. And after your next exhalation, you can begin the practice of Bhastrika, active inhalation and exhalation. Go for 15 to 20 rounds. And at the end, go for 1 round of Surya Bhedan. If you feel like going for a slow pace, you can also choose to do that. And after completing 1 round of Surya Bhedan, you can relax your hand. Simply observe how you are feeling. You can choose to keep the attention on the chest region. Just check how you feel. If you feel dizzy and comfortable, don't go for another round. And if you don't, just After a few minutes, a few moments, we'll begin the practice again. So you can go for the second round. If you feel comfortable so far, you can also choose to go for a slower pace if this pace didn't suit you. You're going to begin the next round, so keep your back and neck straight. And after the next exhalation, you can begin active inhalation and exhalation. You can start the practice whenever you feel ready. And after 15 to 20 rounds, you can go for one round of Surya Bheda. And complete your practice. Simply observe how you're feeling after this practice. Mind is stable. We are going to end today's session with one Om chanting and three Shantis. First, take 2 or 3 deep breaths. Keep the back and neck straight. And inhale deeply for Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Join the palms together. Simply bow down and we'll take a few moments for the practice of gratitude. Everything we have in our life, food, clothes, shelter, begin to rub both your palms together. Keep them on your eyes. Allow your eyes to absorb this heat. We'll do this 2 more times to wrap the palms together properly. Keep them on the eyes. Last time, wrap the palms together. Keep them on the eyes. Very slowly, while blinking and looking at your palm, begin to open up your eyes. You can spread this energy on your body. And namaste to everyone. You can change your posture. You can relax, guys. So, are there any doubts? Did you guys feel that something you weren't able to do this practice properly, or anything that's bothering you, anything you want to share? Okay, so your practice was good as much as I was observing. Body was also quite stable, so that's a very good thing. In Bhastrika, immediately the body begins to move. Face also should be relaxed. Okay, so if you feel that there was some stress building up when you were practicing, I couldn't see, but sometimes when we practice, we know internally that we are causing some stress in some muscles. So if you feel that, then you can work on that. Uh, Vrinda, no, your name is not showing properly. Can you say that for me?
It's Vrinda.
Vrinda. Okay, hi. So your body was moving, your shoulders were moving a lot. Okay, during the practice. So shoulders also, guys, you have to keep them stable. So you can work on stabilizing that thing. Only shoulders were moving, body was not moving. Okay, so that is very good. Shoulders
Okay.
were moving more up and down. So one is that naturally when the chest is moving, the shoulders will move slightly, but your movement was quite like I could see that, right? So you can work on that. Okay,
Okay.
apart from that, going good, all of you, right? So keep practicing, guys. Do abdominal breathing as much as possible. I told you already in the beginning of classes, abdominal breathing should be a daily practice for you. 5 to 10 minutes, you have to give it daily. Okay. So apart from that, take care, guys. Bye bye. Keep practicing, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.